everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Christy, and today I'll be doing a video on my experience in Korea. So if you have watched my previous video, I did a little vlog of just like a day in the life of being an exchange student at Yonsei University, and today I'll be going in more in depth about my experience there, as well as like how the applications go and just my tips and tricks for this program if you're interested. And today we have a special guest here with me, and it's Binu, my little dog, and she's gonna be here with me today. If you hear any bells ringing, that's just her walking around the room because she's such a small dog. We just keep a little bell on her so we know where she is at all times, and just in case like she's not right behind us or anything. But yeah, this is Binu. Say hi. She's a white Maltese and she's my little baby. So this summer I just finished my third year in university, and I go to University of British Columbia, UBC in Vancouver, Canada, and I decided to go study abroad because so I personally study Asian studies and mostly focus on Asian popular culture, and like Korea has always really like inspired me, I guess, or like I mostly focus on Korean popular culture as well as doing some Japanese and Chinese popular culture, but like Korea especially because of the K-pop, K-drama, just like the music entertainment industry is really like fascinating. So I really wanted to go to Seoul for studying abroad, and within Seoul I chose Yonsei because I just heard from a lot of friends that their experiences were really good, and also Yonsei was kind of the most international school there, I guess. So I really wanted to go and be able to meet other international students from around the world, but all the other universities that you can go to exchange in Korea are really good. So just do your research and choose the school that you want. So how the application works is actually pretty straightforward. They just have a website and you just go on there, and I'll show you guys how it works. So I actually have my iPad right now and I'll show you guys step by step. So what I did was literally just Google YISS, like YISS, and then for me, it's the second one that pops up, but it should say Yonsei International Summer School, Seoul, Korea, Yonsei University. And that's the website, and you just click on it, and then it's loading, and then it'll just have all the general information about the program. And on the website, you can also check for like eligibility, the deadline submissions, and just other general information. So the website will help you get started with the application process. And as for housing and like course selection, that's going to be a different like website, but once you apply and you get into the program, they'll send you email on like how to do those other things. If you have any extra questions or don't understand the application process, just feel free to message me on Instagram or comment down below and I'll answer those directly. But I'll move right on to like the exchange experience. For the exchange, it's in the summer and you can choose to go either a 4-week or 6-week track. And I chose to do the 6-week just because I wanted to spend the maximum time I can in Korea. So I chose 6 weeks, and the classes are from Monday to Thursday. And then they're split up in different periods, so those are all on the website. And I believe that they also have like syllabus and the course list there, but as summer approaches, it's gonna have some changes, and I think they're gonna get more accurate when you're closer to the actual exchange period. So I personally chose to do 2 courses because it was the minimum that I needed to do to be on exchange according to my school. So I know some of my friends from the UC systems, they had to do at least 3 courses, I think, or they just had their own like rules that were different from UBC. So I only did 2, and I did periods 1 and 2, which meant that I only had class from 9 in the morning to 12:40, which was really good because I get to spend the rest of the day just like exploring Korea. And then because there's no class on Friday, often if we wanted to go on a trip to like Jeju or wherever, we would just leave like Thursday afternoon, which was really convenient. But yeah, so you can choose basically any of the periods you want. Obviously there are different courses for different periods, and also different courses for the 6-week and 4th-week track. So I would recommend just checking those out, seeing if like there's a course you wanted to do in like 4 weeks, but they don't like have that in 6 weeks, then that would change like how long you want to stay there. There's another thing, you can learn Korean there, so that's the KLI program, and those courses have a set time, I believe, and it's in the afternoon. Let me just check. So if you go into the Yonsei website and it's under programs and courses, you can see all the schedule. And if you do the KLI program, it's going to be in period 4. for the 6-week track, and then it's a set time. So keep that in mind if you want to register for that program, just because it might change like your plans in Korea and what you want to do. But it is a really good program, so just research into that. And then fees and payments. So tuition is fixed cost if you're paying to Yonsei. For my school, there's like 2 kinds of students that you can do or select to be when you go study abroad, and that's either study abroad or exchange. So unfortunately for Yonsei, we only had 10 spots for exchange students. Exchange basically meant that you were paying UPC tuition to go to Korea, so that was a bit less expensive, but I didn't get that spot, so I went as a study abroad student. So I was paying directly to Yonsei, so it's the fixed cost that's said in their website. And then there's the optional fee section, so that's let me see, field trip and on-campus housing. So field trips are basically, you know how we have classes only from Monday to Thursday, so on like various Fridays they'll have like field trips set for the students, and I believe they each cost an amount of money, and I originally registered in some field trips because you need to kind of like save a seat for yourself, but then I gave my seat up because I realized I could save all this money and go on like trips or spend on like more food instead, so I decided not to do the field trips. But they are great ways to like meet people and have like a group of friends. But yeah, they have field trips like going to SM Town, like a tour of like Seoul, and just like that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, that's also really good. And then lastly, for housing, the on-campus housing has 2 dorms, and it's basically International House and SK Global House. So SK Global, the one that I did, is either a double or single room. So double is just a shared room with somebody else, and then a single room is just a room to yourself. And then International House, I believe it's only doubles, and the biggest difference, I think, and if you watch other people's videos on YouTube as well, the biggest difference is like the washroom. So basically SK Global is that every room has its own washroom, and International House is all shared bathrooms. So one floor I think would have one shared like a big communal washroom and shower, and that's International House is all girls, so it's like not a problem. But yeah, so just if you're someone like me, like I really like my personal washroom space, so even though I was sharing with my roommate, I felt more comfortable than having like a communal washroom. Third option, if you're not doing Airbnb or looking for your own place, is DMCville, and that's basically, I think it's like a foreign apartment that was built for when Korea hosted the World Cups. So my boyfriend actually did DMCville, and the place is so nice. It's honestly where like we always hang out, like our group of friends, and it's really nice, but it's really expensive. But if you have the money and you want to spend a really good time there and have your own room, it is a really good place. So the one my boyfriend had was a like shared apartment space, and there was 3 like bedrooms, and then like a big kitchen, and then a big living room area, and it was so nice. The AC was also really good, but yeah, like it was good, but like I just did not have the heart to spend that much money. And even SK Global, I think I chose the most SK Global and International House, I chose the mid-level price, which was having a shared room but in SK Global. So SK Global is more expensive than iHouse, I believe, but for me, having the shared room was actually, I really enjoyed it because my roommate ended up being within a friend group, and she was really chill, and I just had a really good time. I'm actually like a really shy type of person, so I was really scared at first to do a double room because I was scared to just meet a random roommate, and like what if like we didn't get along, what if our sleeping schedules were like different. So what I did actually was that our group of students that were going on the exchange at that time made like a Kakao Talk group chat and Facebook group chat just like before we were all there, so during the application and dorm like course choosing like time period, I guess. But I just went into the chat and I like looked at people that were talking and like messaging, and I just kind of picked people, and I like DM'd them on like Instagram or wherever, and I would just be like, hey, like, are you interested in seeing if we're compatible as roommates? And I just like, we just asked some questions like, what's your I don't know, like studying habits or like that kind of stuff. So just get to know a few people over social media and see if you guys are compatible as roommates. And that's how I chose my roommate. It was just really fun. I think that was actually a pretty good decision, even though I had to step out of my comfort zone and kind of be the first to like message. But I'm really glad I did that. So that basically saved my whole like dorm situation, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, it's nice because SK Global and iHouse is like just in like the school Yonsei. So like in the morning it's really easy to just go to classes and everything, and all the students are there. So it's like, even if my boyfriend, they were living at DMCville, whenever we want to meet up to go out and stuff, we would all meet like at Yonsei or at the dorms. So I would really recommend staying on campus. Some of my friends also did Airbnb, and I would recommend looking in the Sinchon and Hongdae section, and because those are just the most accessible, and it's easy to transit over to Yonsei if you really have to, or I guess you have to because you have to go to class. Oh my god, my brain. But yeah, and then my experience for the classes was that it was honestly like halfway through the program I kind of regretted choosing a 9 a.m. course, just because I'm on vacation, I wanted to chill. But at the end I did really enjoy just having my afternoon all free, and so I can go and explore more of Seoul. So in the end I think I made the right decision for choosing the morning classes. And for me, I took Korean cinema and then an introduction to Korean course. So these two were both for my major, and Korean cinema was really fun. We watched a lot of really good Korean movies, and then Introduction to Korean Studies was just like a brief like 200 level course that gave me a good introduction to Korea, I guess. But it was mainly just because I needed 200 level Asian study courses for my major, and the options at my school were not like the best, or just I wasn't interested in it, so I took this opportunity to fill up that requirement. But yeah, the classes were really fun. I think you get 20 minutes to walk to your next class. But when I first got there, the campus was so confusing for me, so definitely go early and just kind of like practice walking to your classes, I guess. I don't know how to put it, but it was just so much fun, and I think Korea was a really good place to go to, and I'm definitely looking forward to to the next time that I get to go back. But yeah, hopefully I answered some of the questions that you were hoping to figure out. If not, then just comment below and tell me all your questions, because I really want to help you guys. And yeah, I've been rambling for so long, my brain is kind of dead already and my battery is dying. But yeah, thank you for watching for this. Oh my god, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeet.